Hello? My microphone on? It frequently isn't. It's on. It seems to be on. Hello? How's it going? Welcome to Captain's Kitchen Live. What's up, Microwave? Why are you on a train and why are you still an hour away from home? Did you go on a little vacation or something? I feel like you said something about that and I forgot because I'm a bad person. What's on the menu? I'll get there, damn it. I'm still talking. Good morning. It's Sunday. Welcome. Has it been a month since the last Captain's Kitchen already? It always feels like the months go by faster than I expect. So, you know, how is it? How is the stream so far, Microwave? Is it pretty solid? Because I need viewers. God damn it, I need viewers. Fuck. Is the audio synced up? We're not having that issue, right? We're not having that issue. I was streaming at 160p. Oh boy. Well, then I must be looking mighty high quality. It's all synced? Perfect. I actually forgot today was Easter until my grandparents texted me, wishing me a happy Easter. It's like one of those holidays that doesn't matter to me, except for, the candy aspect. I don't know if you'll be able to see my drawer down here. You can see a little bit. That's stocked full. That's stocked full of candy for my candy bowl, most of which came from Easter sales. So that's what I'm talking about. That's the only reason Easter matters to me. But happy Easter to you as well. And welcome to Captain's Kitchen Live. This month, this time, I did not forget it's Easter because everyone and their mother seems to be on trains in Germany today. Well, I guess that makes sense. It's like a holiday and all, and people go places on holidays. Not me, though. Stay at home all the time, forever. I hate going out. This month, we are going to be making some fudge, which I never made before, but it's not supposed to be particularly hard. So I'm making two kinds of fudge. I'm making just your basic, no-nonsense milk chocolate fudge. That's fudge number one. Just because I've never made fudge before, I want to try that first, see how it goes. The second fudge I'm going to make is going to be a raspberry swirl fudge, when the fudge will be dark chocolate, because the raspberries will sweeten it up a bit. And we're going to make raspberry puree from scratch that we will swirl into the fudge. Mind you, I don't have a recipe for the raspberry part. I have a recipe for the raspberry puree, but I don't have a recipe for like integrating the two. So it's going to be kind of up in the air whether or not it actually works. We'll see what happens. I think it's going to be great. It'd be great if it was great. We're going to see what happens. You got a whole drawer of candy and make more, nice. And I've got I got half a cake up here. That's half an 8-inch cake that I've been eating. So I'm just unhealthy. I should talk about this real quick. I need 8-inch pans to put the fudge in, but when I went to buy it, they were out of 8-inch pans. So I bought some of these like disposable poultry pans, which I think will be fine. We'll see, but we're going to be putting it in this. I am absolutely fueled by sugar alone. So I say we just get right the fuck in. Anyway, Microwave, how was your little vacation? How'd it go? Did you have a nice time? I'm sorry, my ear's a little bit itchy. Why would I? Hang on. It says to put parchment paper. Super. Sugar. I barely know her. I am sick and tired of people using that joke on my streams, okay? It's my joke. I made it up. No one else is supposed to use it. Sorry, my anger must have disconnected the microphone. No big deal. Thank you for the resub, Jared. I don't know when it cut off. See, that's the thing. I didn't even do anything. I'm just like moving. I'm like really frustrated that like the microphone constantly unplugs. Because here's the thing. This is a Rode lavalier attached to a Rode transceiver. Like they're both Rode products. Why didn't... And I'm sure it sounds awesome whenever I have to replug it in too. Can you just stay plugged in, please? This is so frustrating. Maybe I should just... Do I have some tape in here? I have tape. Makes a little fart noise. That's funny. Haha, funny. I don't know, like, a good way to tape this down. I'm just gonna, like... This is a gift wrapping tape, so it's nice and, like... It's good tape. It'll work really well, hopefully. Just use super glue. What if I want to unplug it at some point? You know, did you think about that? Okay, hopefully that should work. Let's see what happens. So annoying. Okay, sorry everybody. Sorry about that. Super annoying, I know. Anyway, we're gonna get started on this fudge. I'm noticing that the instructions tell me to put parchment paper on my 8-inch pan, which first of all, I don't super understand why I would do that. I guess it's so that it wouldn't stick down to the pan so much. But I don't know how exactly I'm gonna put parchment paper on one of these. You know what? Actually, it shouldn't be that hard. I can do this. I can figure this out. But man, Microwave, you've been missing some live streams. I've been doing long live streams too. I was looking back at my streams and I haven't done like a less than 5 or like a less than 4.5 hour long live stream in a little bit. I streamed Final Fantasy 14 for almost 10 hours yesterday. That's depressing. It's really depressing when I like went to cut out like the music when I was uploading it to YouTube. When I went to cut out the music at the beginning, I went to watch the beginning of the stream and I started the stream by saying good morning. And I ended the stream by going immediately to bed. So that was depressing. To think about the fact that I had played Final Fantasy 14 all day. And I don't even like that game that much. I have been missing everything. Even my parents called me because they haven't heard from me in so long. Yeah, you just kind of disappeared. You kind of disappeared for a bit. We aren't going to need these. We don't need those. I just bent the shit out of this trying to pull this sticker off. Why is this sticker on here so hard? You kidding me? Can you just... They've got like this sticky resin goo stuff. Fantastic. Microwave, it's a Twitch chat. It's a Twitch chat. There tends to be a lot of nerds here. It's not like you can talk. Have you watched the new episode of Spy X Family yet? I bet you have. I haven't watched it yet. I'm watching it today. But I convinced Sean to watch it with me. And he really liked the first episode. Because it's cute. It's a cute fucking show, isn't it? And it's animated really well because Mappa's doing it. Okay, that should be about the right size. No. There's not going to be no glue flavor because we're going to put parchment paper inside the pan. And I would cut it down to size, but I don't want to. So I'm just going to lay it in there like that. And you know what? We'll figure it out when the time comes. Fine, I'm going to cut it. Fine, you want me to cut it? I'll cut it. Fuck. I'm gonna re-watch the second episode. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how they animated Yor. Because those fuckers know how to animate action. And so when they draw Yor doing her thing, which I won't spoil in case Sean happens to be in the chat at the moment. That's gonna be exciting. And also, I might have to excuse myself in the middle of that for obvious reasons. Okay, this is close enough. Cut off just a little bit more. I just want enough to cover like the bottom. If I can like unstick it from the sides, I imagine. I mean, at the end of the day, like this is a very flimsy pan. So if it gets stuck onto it, I can like bend the pan and like push it up from the bottom. That's not gonna be too difficult. Beautiful cutting job, thank you. Thank you very much. I need that recognition. The anime skyrocketed in popularity. It's insane. It's intense. Yeah, everybody was making memes about like the next seasonal waifu, right? And I forget what the anime was called, but it was like Miss Something is not cute. And like people were making memes for months about how she was the next seasonal waifu after Marin from Dress Up Darling, which I still haven't watched. But then Anya just came, fucking kicked the wall down and was like, no more waifus! And so now she's the seasonal funny child. It's funny. It's fun following anime memes because you can tell what people are watching. And no one's talking about this not cute girl. All right. That's that. That's done with that. This is like really easy. Fudge is supposed to be really easy, which is why I decided to do the raspberry swirl thing so we could, extend it a little bit. I got to fill in content and all. But also, like, there's a significant chance I'll fuck it up anyway. The funny thing is I don't fuck up as much anymore. I'm getting pretty good at cooking, baking stuff. Getting pretty good at this shit. Anya's so perfect. I'm so happy that everyone is adopting her. She's a good little girl, good little kid. Okay, chocolate chips and marshmallow cream to a large mixing bowl. I know this is going to be electrically mixed at some point, so we're going to put it in here. We're going to put it in this bowl. And I'll attach this for later. Butter. And I have, so like I said, I have two different kinds of chocolate for this. I have milk chocolate for the basic fudge, because I like milk chocolate. And then I have dark chocolate for the raspberry swirl fudge, because raspberry is a very sweet flavor, so I figure if I put dark chocolate in, it'll kind of counteract the sweetness, so it like levels out. If I do raspberry puree plus milk chocolate, I feel like that'll be a little too sweet. So we're gonna be smart about this. I can't remember the last time you messed things up badly. I mean, I did mess up pretty bad on the mochi, but the mochi was a whole other beast. That's not your normal kind of thing. I understand now. I was thinking, like, how are these chocolate chips going to melt? If we're just going to be mixing these in the electric mixer, how are they going to melt? But I realize that the mixture we're about to make is going to be quite warm, so it'll melt that way. I figured it out, guys. Don't worry. Oh, there's some more in here. You little bastards. You tried to escape getting made into a delicious dessert. Not today. I made s'mores yesterday. That's fun. S'mores are fun. Fun little easy snack. And then we got the marshmallow cream, jet puffed. When I did my shopping this week, I fucking completely forgot to buy this. So I had to make a second trip to the store. And I hate making second trips to the store. You see what I do for you little bastards? You see what I do for you? I can't get this jar open. This quality seal is really protecting the quality here, goddamn. Got it. When I think about it, it may have been smarter to, we can fix this. It may have been smarter to put the chocolate chips on top of the marshmallow cream because we don't want any of the chocolate chips getting like stuck at the bottom and not melting. So we're gonna pour this into here and that's gonna make a lovely sound. And then we're gonna put the marshmallow cream on the bottom. Ungrateful, we are ungrateful. It's okay. I'm used to you bastards taking advantage of me. How you doing, Justa? The view of my train is beautiful, but it means the connection is bad. I'm sorry, microwave. Wow, this is real goopy. I mean, I guess that is, marshmallow cream shit. It's creamy and marshmallowy and stuff. It's a whole goofy thing. It's a whole goofy situation. Ooh. I've made something else with marshmallow cream. Oh, you know what? I tried to make ages ago that one episode of Captain's Kitchen. I tried to make that taffy that turned really hard and was really unpleasant. That's the last time I used marshmallow cream, I think. Was that really hard taffy situation we did. That was fun. That episode of Captain's Kitchen, the Halloween episode of Captain's Kitchen where I tried to make candy, that has made me afraid to try making candy again. I haven't tried it once since then. Because that was like such a, like almost everything I made that was candy like was disastrous. Luna's chirping at the birds, by the way. I know you guys can't hear it, but Luna's chirping at the birds right now. Turning Wi-Fi so bad, I'm on audio only mode cooking podcast. I will do my best to describe what's going on. I am putting the marshmallow cream inside the bowl, but it is extremely sticky, so I'm having a hard time getting it out of the jar. But we're almost there. I almost have all of it, I think. Or at least enough of it that I'm willing to give up on the rest. And we got to do all this stuff twice because we're making 2 sets of fudge. So I'm going to try to hold on to as many of these utensils and stuff that I use as I can. So this knife's just going to go in the sink for now. And I'll hopefully not cover it with other dishes. I want to taste what this marshmallow cream tastes like. I didn't realize that marshmallow cream was like a cooking thing or a baking thing for a long time. Because when I was a kid, my mom would make peanut butter and marshmallow cream sandwiches. She would put it on sandwiches as like a spread. It was probably really unhealthy, but it tasted good. Okay, now the chocolate chips go back inside the mixing bowl. Wonderful. And then after this, we're going to start the melting shit. Which I need, okay, so I need a saucepan for the raspberry puree, and I need a saucepan for melting this shit. And I'm wondering if my small one will be enough to mix this shit. Because I only need it to, I don't need it to make that, I don't need it to like mix that many things. What to use marshmallow cream for other than that? Other than for sandwiches? Use it for fudge, apparently. Excuse me. Sky Catharsis, what's up? How you doing? Okay, I'm thinking, yeah, the small one should be plenty for what we're doing right now. Hopefully. We'll see. Add butter, cream, sugar, and salt. Okay, so how much do I need of each? Butter, cream, sugar, salt. 2 cups of sugar. 3/4 cups of heavy cream. Let's start with the heavy cream. Sky Catharsis, were you there when Elise was baking? I think you were there. Look, I actually have a liquid measurer and dry measurers. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that nuts? You're gonna whisk something? Dude, you gotta do that one meme from Come Dine With Me? I don't know what Come Dine With Me is. What are you talking about? What kind of fudges have you eaten so far? I've had all kinds of fudge. You gotta realize, I live in Michigan. Or I used to live in Michigan. I grew up in Michigan. Michigan has both Frankfurt and Mackinac Island, both of which are heavy fudge locations. So I've had all kinds of fudge. I've had fucking mint chip fudge, cookies and cream fudge, regular ass chocolate fudge, white chocolate fudge. I'm a big fan of fudge. My mom makes fudge too. My mom makes really good fudge. All right, we need 3/4 cups of the heavy cream. Ooh, I hope I have enough heavy cream for this. I thought about buying 2 cartons, but I was like, nah, 1 is enough. 1 might barely be enough. I was there out of all the odds. Hers actually turned out nice. I mean, she knows how to bake, but the moment she didn't have a dry measurer for baking, I was concerned. What's up, Bill? Welcome to the live stream, dumbass. I'm sorry I called you a dumbass, Bill. Please don't leave. I have made a string of continuous errors in my time as a streamer. That was a big one. I apologize. Stop bullying me. I wonder if your parents will call again. It's possible. I mean, it's Easter, so they might call. Easter's not like a big thing that we celebrate in my family, but like my mom just likes to call on holidays. She wants to take any excuse to call. So apology video win. I've probably got one coming at this point. All right, then we need 3/4 cup unsalted butter. Unsalted. That's salted. This is my unsalted. Bill, how are you today? 2 camera angles, very fancy. Oh, I go off on this shit. You know me. Why did I put that unsalted butter immediately in my mouth? I don't know why I did that. I get fancy with this shit. Sky Catharsis. All right, how much is it? One stick is 1/2 cup. This is 1/2 stick here. So together they make 3/4 cup. Yeah? I think I'm going to use up all my unsalted butter today, but that's okay. That's a lot of butter. Like, considering that's only a small amount of all the butter I need, that's not it. That's not the right one. I actually don't have enough unsalted butter for the second batch, but I have close to enough, so we'll just have to make it slightly less buttery. Or I could sub in some salted butter. Like, a little bit of salted butter is not going to ruin it. But probably don't want to do that. Happy Zombie Jesus Day. You too, Bill. Inundated with mass messages of Happy Easter. Yeah, my grandparents like send me a text message every holiday, like Valentine's Day, Easter, everything, and I'm always like, I don't really know how to respond to all of them, so I just kind of say, you too. Who uses salted butter and for what you use? Salted butter is great. You can, you know, instead of doing unsalted butter and salt, you can just do salted butter. Like, what are you talking about, microwave? The meme is basically the dude whisks something, and when he wanted to taste it, he deep throats the whisk. What? I don't like that. I don't. 2 cups of sugar. God damn. 2 cups of sugar plus an entire jar of marshmallow cream? Guys, fudge is kind of unhealthy. Where are my measuring cups? There they are. I don't know what to do with my Fruit Loop spoon that I keep inside my sugar. Good gods, I don't get notified you go live anymore. I haven't seen you in a while, Command. I just thought you didn't like me anymore after I made you play Dark Souls. Have a lurk as I gotta go do something. Well, thanks for stopping by, Conan, and appreciate the lurk. Can you not salt your butter yourself? But it cuts out the middleman, microwave. Do you not use salted butter in Germany? Is it not a thing? It's pretty fucking common here. I'm gonna need sugar after this too. And then we just need a pinch of salt. A little. I'm just gonna take my salt shaker and just shake some in here. Okay, just come on. That was probably too much. That's all right. I'm gonna need this later. That's everything, right? That's everything we need? Bring to a boil over medium-high heat. Got it. Big news, I had real bagels this week. Whoa, we found a real bagel place and they made cinnamon bagels and I still think about them days later. They're pretty good, right? You chose well too. I love me a good cinnamon bagel. That's good shit. It's gonna be a hot sec before I can stir that at all. Don't ignore the smoke coming up slowly. I don't use this burner that much, so I think there's some oil kind of burned into it. Or not really burned into it. It's gonna be burned into it, but there's some oil from other cooking experiences kind of on the burner that is currently being burned off. So just ignore that. It smells terrible. It smells fucking awful. This is for later. We're going to put it over here. And you know what? While I'm waiting here for that to get a little hotter, we're going to attach my bowl to this. And then we can just pour the hot into there. It'd be great. I made the cinnamon bagel with cream cheese and raspberry jam, and I would definitely leave my family for them. I'm glad to hear you enjoyed them so much. Oh no, we have enough butter. We have an extra stick in there. Never mind. Ignore what I said earlier. We have plenty of butter. I'll still need more afterwards, but we have plenty for today. I'm trying to stir some of this sugar in there. It's gonna be a very thick mixture by the time it's done. I need one of those things, like one of those little round things you can put a spoon into while you aren't using it. I need one of those. That'd be helpful. Someone buy me one and send it to me. I can't imagine they're terribly expensive. I just don't want to buy it myself. Like you mean a bowl? No, Bill. I mean, I guess I could use a bowl. I hadn't thought of that. Fine, Bill. Got him. But no, you know what I'm talking about? Like there's a little like silicone thing. It's kind of like dish shaped, and you can put a spoon or other utensils in it so they don't like make a mess on your counter. You know what I'm talking about. You're just pretending you don't. Be able to see. You guys can see fine, right? Yeah, you can. I can't see very well. And that light's... Actually, that lighting does not throw my lighting up. It actually looks pretty good, so that's good. We'll just keep that light on while I work then. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me move that into the bowl. I have a metal one for my oven. Nice. I need one. But I'm cheap. And poor, which is a bad combo because it means I don't buy jack shit. Unless it's video games, in which case I have a very large backlog. I recently made a pact with myself because I have so many fucking video games. I have so many that I haven't played. I recently made a pact with myself that I will not buy any more games unless I'm going to play it right then and there, even if it's on a deep discount. No more. No more games. Spend too much money on games I don't play. I bought a spoon and lid rest for my kitchen and it changed my life. Yeah. I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did. I'll just keep using my bowl over here. How nice for you, microwave. Some weird smell coming out of here. I imagine it's because of the burnt stuff on the burner. Anyway, what do you guys up to today? What are you gonna do today? What's the plan for today? I guess Microwave's just on a train today. That seems to be her plan. Come on, you bastard. It's gonna take a while for that butter to melt. I probably could have like sliced it up into some smaller chunks, but I didn't. I did not. What are you gonna fucking do about it? Cry? No more falling for discounts. I don't need them. I don't need the game. Every time I think I need a game, I don't need the game. I don't. Unless, like, if it's one of those games that, like, I decided I would not buy unless it was on a deep discount, maybe I'd buy that. But other than that, like, there's been a lot of games that have been on discounts lately, and I've been like, I want that. I should buy that. And I was like, nope. I'm not doing it. And you know what? It changed nothing. I didn't feel like I didn't like regret not buying it because I wouldn't have played it anyway. Chocolate burns easily. Well, I'm not worried about that. There's no chocolate in there. And I know that. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just like working the goop out of my eye that I didn't get this morning. I know that, by the way. I'm aware. God. I made creamed and mint bars around Christmas. Gotta melt chocolate for that. I'm gonna sleep. Can't wait to be horizontal after all this sitting. I've been on the tracks for 12 hours. Why don't you cry about it? Complain about it some more, microwave. That sounds nice. I wish I could nap. I'm so tired. No, I'm good though. I took a nap on Monday because I was really tired after staying up too late playing Final Fantasy with Sean. But other than that, I've just been like grinding out on my Chainsaw video, making good progress on that front. I've been a bit distracted this week. Like I couldn't really focus that much. I didn't get a ton of progress done, but progress I did get done looks good. So that's all that really matters. It looks very like piss colored in my camera, doesn't it? Everything's a little green through the GoPro, so it's like adding, like it is yellow for sure, but it's not that yellow. Like I can tell you that for sure, fellas. But hey, who cares? Just a little piss colored butter for the boy. Okay, the butter's getting there. Almost to a point where it's starting to properly melt. This is the part of Captain's Kitchen I would usually like cut out in video form, you know, just sitting here waiting for something to melt. But, you know, as long as I have enough stupid bullshit to talk about, it works itself out, I guess. Visualizing piss-colored scenery right now. Imagine, you know, my oven with a saucepan on it, on one of the burners, and there's just a very piss-colored liquid with little white spots, and that's the butter. But mostly, it's piss, and it's starting to boil a little bit, which is good. We want it to boil. We want it to be nice and hot so it melts all the chocolate. We got some drippings going everywhere. I don't want those to solidify, so I'm gonna wipe them out now. Once boiling, continue to boil for 5 minutes. I didn't read that instruction before. We have to actually we actually have to boil this for a hot sec. A little bit of a moment, huh? What am I gonna do for 5 full minutes? Well, that's boiling like crazy now. I don't know why I would need to boil it for 5 minutes. I don't know if there's like some advantage to keeping it boiling for longer. But whatever. I feel like I know a lot more about cooking than I do baking, so I'm just gonna trust what the recipe says. I'm gonna turn on the heat a little bit because I don't want it to boil over. Damn, she bubbling. Y'all see that shit? She bubbling. Oh, that's bubbling a lot. I don't want that to boil over. Come on now. Let's chill out there, friend. I'm guessing that butter's about gone now. I'm gonna set that timer for 5 minutes right now. It looks good. It looks like I could just drink this as is, really. I'd probably go into immediate cardiac arrest, but it tastes pretty good, right? You don't have any One Piece hot takes today? Well, there's no One Piece chapter this week. We got 3 chapters in a row. That means it's a break week. And I haven't read the newest Jump yet, so. There is a new Jujutsu Kaisen this week. There wasn't last week. They were on break last week, so I'm excited about that. There's also a new Black Clover this week, and wow, I couldn't care less. Black Clover is like about to end, I think. And this like final battle arc is really bad. So that's fun. Where's Scorpion? I do not know. It seems like he's about to miss Captain's Kitchen again. We'll see what happens, I guess. I mean, either way, like this wouldn't be, if you wanted to use the maid dress on this stream, this wouldn't be a great stream to do it on because this is going to be a bit shorter since, again, the fudge doesn't take too super long. But I'm not going to tell him what to do. The less time I have to wear the maid dress, the happier I'll be. Black Clover could have been wrapped up at the first big fight. I just hate how it never felt like Asta like grew as a character like at all. He's the exact same. He's the exact same at the end as he was at the beginning. The exact same. He's got bigger muscles. That's his character development. But you need to get your money's worth out of the maid dress. I don't even want to wear the maid dress. You guys want me to wear the maid dress. I don't even want to wear the maid dress. I don't like how I look in it. It's very goofy. I don't have a good body. I don't have big enough tits for a maid dress. Love me some zero character development. It's my favorite. I love when characters don't develop. God, I love it. Well, this shit's definitely going to be piping hot by the time it gets added into the electric mixer. You look great. You can't see me right now. Can't lie to me. Can't trick me. 1 minute left on this boil. I needed to disappear for a bit to change trains. Oh no! Who am I going to talk to? I'm just going to talk to myself. I'm going to scream into the void. Good luck changing trains. Don't die. Okay, this is good now. So turn off the heat. I'm gonna move the camera. You guys see that okay? Yeah, that looks fine. It's gonna be a bit difficult for me to, I'm trying to make sure I can still like get in here pretty well while you guys can still see pretty well. And we gotta kind of get the best of both worlds as best we can. All right. Here comes that piping hot butter. No, the light's actually helping a lot. We'll keep that on. Ooh, listen to that boiling sound. Like a little bit left in there, but it's all right. Up she goes, and on she goes. Ooh, that's looking real nice. It looked a bit gross for a second, but it's looking real nice now. The sugar slurry. That's it. That's what we're cooking with. All right, now we'll set this up over here for when I pour it in. I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer. I'm gonna try to speak loudly so you can hear me, but there it is. It's doing its thing. It, of course, smells phenomenal. I know we're going to reuse this, but I'll just wash out what I can. All right, let's get it. Let's get it, gamers. There we go. Oh, it's quite hot. It is quite hot. That's hotter than I was expecting. Oh, fuck. I didn't expect that to take the whole parchment paper with it. Looking good. I just want to eat all this as is. I don't even, like, this is good. I can just eat it like this. This is fine. This is fine with me. Some of the marshmallow cream on the bottom didn't really mix in there, which I was kind of expecting, so it's all right, but just stating the obvious like I do. Oh, it looks great. It looks like this turned out quite nicely. I can see this turning into fudge after solidifying a little bit. For sure. I'm gonna let that kind of even out for a bit. And we're supposed to stick it in the refrigerator, but I'm actually gonna stick it in the freezer because I don't want to wait 2 hours to try this. Oh fuck! I just lost some chocolate. That's okay. Because I'm doing a show here. I want to be able to try it by the end. So. Don't worry about the fact that I'm eating directly off of the utensils that I'm going to reuse. Just don't worry about it. That's some good shit. I dropped some on the floor that I gotta clean up now. Got him. Got it. I wish I could like, it's the top of this is very much like not smoothed out right now. I wish I could like smooth it out, but I think it's just gonna kind of be this way. We're gonna put this, wow, it's quite warm. We're gonna stick this in the freezer for however long I fucking feel like. There's nothing you can do to stop me. And then now that we have one fudge down, we're gonna do the raspberry puree and do another set of fudge. Okay? Sound like a fucking plan? So what do I need to do to get raspberry puree? Add all the ingredients to a small saucepan and turn the heat to medium. All the ingredients? Oh, there's not much that needs to be done here. 12 ounces of strawberry, half a cup of sugar, and a quarter cup of water. Easy. Easy shit. I have my raspberries right here. So we're gonna be using this saucepan, the bigger one. No, that's two. That's not a good angle. Should I wash these raspberries? Probably. Am I going to? Sure seems like I'm not going to. Who loves a good strawberry? I'm gonna eat one of these. I love me a good strawberry, or a good raspberry. Have I been saying strawberries this whole time? I love me a good raspberry. That's good shit. Raspberry is like a really strong flavor, but in a good way. Half a cup of sugar. Little sugar for the boy. I'm not known for my sugar addiction at all. That's not something I'm known for. I just lost one of my measuring cups. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It was really loud and I'm sorry. Hopefully I have enough sugar for all this. God damn. And then it was a quarter cup of water. Yeah. And just a smidge of heavy cream, because I didn't clean this. I should probably just do a little rinse before I do this. Okay. Now, supposedly, I'm just supposed to fucking heat this, and it's all gonna break up on its own. I have my doubts, but I've never done this before, so. Heat to medium. And while I wait for that to heat up a little bit, I'm gonna wash out this pot so I can reuse it. You guys just keep an eye on that. Let me know when it seems like I need to do something about it, okay? I'm gonna put the job of keeping an eye on it on you, so that if it fucks up somehow, it's your fault, not mine. All right, this pot isn't like perfectly clean, but it doesn't need to be because we're putting the same ingredients in it. Do I have? Which spoon was I just using? Oh, it's right here. Should I use that? I shouldn't use that spoon again. We can use a different spoon. I've got more than one spoon. It's all right. All right, it's not quite hot enough that they're going to start like breaking up. But just like any relationship, turn up the heat enough, they'll break up. I'm making a mess. A little bit of a mess for the boy to clean up. A little bit of a mess moment. Why is the handle of my spoon is like super sticky for some reason? I don't know why. I haven't been using it for anything sticky recently. I'm gonna clean that off real quick. It doesn't. Again, I'm not going to doubt this recipe because I've never done this before, but it really doesn't feel like that was enough liquid for what we're trying to do here. We'll see what happens. I love doing baking stuff because I'm obsessed with sugar, but like baking is not my forte. I feel like I do much better when it comes to cooking. So when I can bake something and have it turn out well, that's a feeling I enjoy. And so far, I'm going to try not to jinx it, but so far everything's going quite well today. So if this can just go well, I feel like we've got the fudge thing figured out, then that'll be great, you know, that'll just be fantastic. I suppose I could prepare like a bit of the fudge situation while I wait, since this is clearly taking its sweet time. What do I need to do again? We gotta prepare the dish with parchment paper. I can do that while I wait. That's an easy thing to do. Anything I can do to make the amount of time I spend streaming less is probably a good thing, right? People love short content on Twitch. That's what they come here for. You guys are still on warning me if that starts to fuck up somehow, duty. Keep an eye on those raspberries, okay? Okay, yeah, they're starting to break up. And I guess there's going to be a lot of like natural water and juices inside the raspberries themselves. So with that in mind, it'll become a lot more liquidy. Oh, my kitchen's starting to smell quite a bit raspberry-like, which is nice. I like that smell quite a bit. Since you guys have already seen me like put the marshmallow cream and chocolate chips inside a bowl already today, I'll just, you know, I'm doing that off screen right now just so you know. But I'll keep our attentions focused over there, since what's going on over there seems more, you know, important and interesting than what I'm doing over here. And I'm legitimately right now using the camera to keep an eye on that while I do this. I just want to make sure I don't like burn these raspberries somehow. That would not be ideal. But I'm also don't like just sitting around and waiting, so I'm trying to like multitask and do a couple things at once. A little bit of steam coming out of there, which hopefully doesn't mean anything's burning. I mean, there's water in there which will protect it from burning. It doesn't stop burning, mind you, but it'll protect it. God damn, just looking at like this ingredient list. I don't know if you knew this or not, guys, but fudge is really unhealthy. But it's also delicious. So pick your poison, unhealthy or not delicious. And yeah, maybe there's some healthy options or something. Let me tell you, I've never had like a vegan baked good that tasted even close to as good as something that's non-vegan would. So you can take that, shove it up your ass. I like antagonizing people, don't I? I say and do things on my streams and on my content in general that is just meant to antagonize people and make them not want to watch me. It's kind of fucked up. All right. Oh, that's turning real juicy. Okay, good. That's what we want to see. That is what we want to see. I'm now, in case you're curious, putting the chocolate chunks inside the large bowl, my mixing bowl. It smells phenomenal, by the way. We're getting like a nice, like raspberry stank going on here. Okay, I'll rotate this a little bit, just so it's out of the way when I go to pour this in there. I'm gonna start filling this while I'm waiting. Three-quarters cup of heavy cream. Oh, we have like barely enough. That's perfect. Love to see it. Three-quarter cup. It's also have sugar, a little bit of salt. 2 cups of unsalted sugar. Is that what I just said? Unsalted butter. That's turning real sludgy. Real raspberry sludge moment, fellas. And you love to see it. Oh, I'm seeing some bubbles. It's starting to boil a little bit. That's perfect. We need it to boil for a hot sec. But I don't want it to boil over while they're not all broken up yet. So let's keep this stirring. Shit, I'm making a mess in my utensil drawer. So we're essentially just supposed to let this boil until it like continues to break up some more. And then after that, we're going to put a sieve, a round sieve over a bowl and kind of push this raspberry sludge through it to get rid of like all the seeds and other random assorted things that aren't liquidy. Oh, you're starting to boil quite a bit, aren't you, friend? Good, good. And then after that, this part isn't on any recipe, I'm just doing this. After that, we're gonna finish the fudge situation. Pour the fudge into our 8-inch not at all pan. And take the raspberry puree and kind of pour it over top and use a utensil to kind of swirl it in as best we can. And we're probably making too much raspberry puree for the amount of fudge that we're going to have, so we're probably not going to use all of it. But what we don't use, I can probably dump on ice cream or something like that. Should probably stop keeping this spoon inside of this pot. It's getting real hot in there. I don't want my spoon to melt. We're at a point where it's boiling pretty well, so I'm thinking, let me just take a look at this instruction, make sure I have this all right. Oh yeah, we're just gonna let this boil for about 5 minutes is what the instructions say, so. Stirring occasionally. Obviously. Duh. Da-doy. And now this is ready for when I want to boil this. And I don't want to do that until I'm done with this because I don't want to do too much at once. Which is why I'll probably never work at a restaurant. Not that I have the proper qualifications to. Other than, you know, being a decent cook. But God, being a restaurant cook or hotel cook or whatever sounds so fucking stressful. Having to like balance several dishes at once. Fuck that. I'm good. I'm good, dude. No one is qualified in back of house. I've seen that a lot of times. See, I work in retail, and a lot of the people that I work with in retail are people who used to work in food service or hospitality, and they all have the same like horror stories of like a horrible, toxic environment where chefs were like yelling and screaming at people and cussing and being assholes, and it's like a high stress environment where everyone's really mean to each other, and it's like, I'm good. I'm good. I'd rather work in an environment where if you do that kind of thing, you get sent straight to HR. Thanks, bro. That's the average? Yeah, I'm good on that. I'm really good on that. I mean, I worked at McDonald's for a bit when I was in high school. That's about all the food service experience I can handle. Clean up a little bit while I wait for this shit. For my sugar. Oh, what don't I need anymore? I don't need this knife anymore. I've got a bunch of marshmallow cream in my sink now. This is interesting. This is an interesting thing to cook. Never done something like this before. It's interesting to see how it all kind of mixes together despite not really doing anything to mix it. All right, that is just about done. Just about good to go. So we're gonna give it another hot stir, and then I'll prepare. Oh shoot, there's some chunks in here. Oh no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It is all good in the neighborhood. So I'll prepare my bowl and sieve. I'm gonna turn off the timer because I am not dumb. I don't need it to make a loud ass noise for me to know that we're good to go. Where's my sieve? Up here. All right, so this is gonna be an interesting maneuver. I'm gonna move the camera over here so you guys can see what I'm doing here. So we're gonna put the sieve like this and kind of like pour the puree into here and then squish it down with the spoon. That's the plan. If it's gonna go well, we'll see. I realize I don't have the best pot for this because this pot doesn't have great handles for pouring. With one hand at least. But it's fine. It's all gonna work out. It will all work out just fine. I'm not gonna make a mess of boiling raspberry sludge onto my beautiful countertop, right? That would never happen. Okay. Give me that spoon. Let me switch hands here. Because I am right-handed. Oh yeah, I can hear it like squishing out into there. You hear that sound? I don't know if it's picking up on the microphone, but it's doing it. Every time I squish it, a little bit more dribbles out. Oh yeah, that's looking real good. I look like I'm making some fine toilet wine right now. This is fun. This is a fun little experience. You know what? Like, I will say, I think I'm better at cooking, but I think I have more fun when I'm baking. I want to open a bakery that only serves like four rich people who just pay a lot of money for like a lot of cakes. And then I only have to work like overnight so I can just listen to music and bake. Basically, I want things to be perfect and not struggle at all. Oh, I'm not invited. You're invited, but you'll be like a special customer who gets to buy whatever he wants when he's in the store. If you're like a Twitch sub, you're allowed to stop by my bakery. Even if you're not a rich person who's going to buy like 8 cakes at a time. I don't know how much more goop I'm getting out of here. You're not special, you're pay to win. All right, I think that's good. Oh no, I'm making them. Oh God, oh, it is dripping everywhere. Maybe there still was something in there. Fuck. Early adopter perks. Yeah, exactly. All right, we're gonna put that raspberry goop into the refrigerator while I finish up the fudge, and then we'll pull it back out when the time is right. Oh, it looks very, very, very liquidy. Oh, it looks good. Oh, this turned out perfect. Ha ha. Yeah, ha. You know, technically I should probably be covering this stuff when I put it in there, but I'm sure not doing that. All right, now we just need to repeat the steps from earlier, boil all this shit together and dump it in that mixer. It's gonna be great. And while I wait for that to boil, I can clean up the rest of this shit. And by the time I'm done, I won't have to do any cleaning at all. It'd be great. This is why you clean while you cook, folks, so you don't have to do shit later. That's the main reason. All right, now I should probably actually pay attention to this instead of doing what I was doing over there. Uh-oh. I think I burned something. No, the butter just got stuck to the bottom. It's fine. Butter and sugar situation kind of got solidified onto the bottom, but it'll melt. So it's all good. I probably should have stirred it sooner, but it'll work out fine. Boy, this burner's been off for a while, but it's still hot as shit. Oh. Because I turned the wrong burner on. Oh, boy. Doesn't matter how good I get at cooking, I still do dumb shit. That's why it was stuck to the bottom. It's because it's not melting yet. That's why. It wasn't burning. It's going to make some sizzling sounds because I've got some shit stuck to the bottom from earlier, but that's all right. That's what happens when you don't clean your pots very well in between. If I were, working in a kitchen or a hotel, that might be a problem, but I'm making this for myself, so who gives a shit? I'm making 2 massive trays of fudge, and I don't plan to share it with anybody. That's the kind of guy I am. I might package some up and bring it to my coworkers. I don't know. There's a girl at work who bakes madeleines a lot and brings them to work, so maybe I'll bring her some as a thank you. Or hoard them all for myself. We'll see what happens. Where'd I put my spoon? It's right here. I'm an idiot. Once again, the longest part of this is going to be waiting for that butter to melt because it's a pretty big. Okay, for some reason my switcher stopped sending audio. Like my microphone didn't disconnect like it kept doing earlier. It just stopped sending audio, so I had to disable it, re-enable it. I don't know what was up with that. I apologize, but we're back now. This switcher, man, it has some real issues for something as expensive as it was. I would have expected it to be a little less issue prone. We had that issue where the audio wasn't syncing up. We have this issue where sometimes it just doesn't send audio, which usually happens off stream. It usually doesn't happen after or in the middle of using it. It's not like a cheap off-brand switcher either. It's a Black Magic. Like that's a pretty well-known company. I don't know why it has all these issues, all these kinks, so to speak. You know what I really need to figure out? I need to figure out how to work the picture-in-picture stuff because like with picture-in-picture I could like have both cameras up and like be able to show that boiling while I have the wide camera up or whatever. The only issue is how little it is in the corner of the screen. I think there's a way to adjust it in like the software, but I haven't like gone in and figured out how to do it yet. I also haven't super figured out how to control what pops up where with picture-in-picture because you'll see if I switch to the wide camera and turn picture-in-picture back on, it's just this camera up there now. I can't figure out how to make it show camera 2 instead. Maybe I hold down the button and nope. Yeah, see, I don't know how it works. For now, I could like show myself up here, but again, I'm very little. I'm just a little man. I'm a little man stuck in a box. Help me! Help me get out of this box! How do I get out of this box? Someone tell me! Send in the rescues. Send in the fire department. Call the police. Someone get me out of this tiny box. So anyway, that was my dumb joke of the week. I say of the week as if I'm not going to have other dumb jokes to go with it. Don't worry. There's plenty of dumb jokes where that came from. My legs always get a bit tired when I do Captain's Kitchens. Even though you'd think You'd think after years of working in retail, you'd think get used to like standing in the same spot and not moving much for a long time, but surprisingly, I'm not. So after doing this for a little while, my feet start to get sore, and I'm gonna complain about it because I'm a baby. Yeah, I just need this box to be larger. That's my main issue with it. I don't love the little stroke around it either, but that's not the end of the world. I just wish this box was larger. It takes up like a solid 20th of the screen space right now, which is fine. You can see stuff going on within it, but I could use it taking up like a 15th of the screen instead. Okay, we're almost to the point that it's going to start boiling, I'm sure, and the butter's almost melted. So then we just need to let it sit, or we need to let it boil for about 5 minutes. Then dump it in the fudge, mix it with the electric mixer, transfer it into the pan, and then swirl in our sweet raspberry puree. I wonder if that's cooled down a decent amount. I want to like taste it. I dip my finger in it. Oh, that's fucking good. Oh, that is fucking good. I mean, I feel like it'd be really hard to fuck that up because we basically just boiled raspberries with sugar. But yeah, that tastes real good. Okay, it's boiling now. Set that 5-minute timer. Reduce the heat so it doesn't boil over. There's like a solid mass of like congealed butter at the bottom of that bowl now because of how much I've been using it. I feel like I chose like the perfect size saucepan for this because if it was like slightly smaller, it'd be at much higher risk of boiling over. This gets like just barely to the point that it might boil over, and then it's all good. But then again, whether or not it boils over is also dependent on the size of the saucepan. So maybe if it was smaller, it would be fine. I don't know, but the way things boil is fucking weird. My mom has a trick. And I'm sure it's not like some special trick that only she has. I'm sure people know about this. It's what I know. If you like, she takes a wooden spoon when she's boiling stuff and she just puts it right on top, right in the middle. And that just stops it. That just stops it from boiling over. I don't know why, but it does. Don't ask me to explain the science behind that shit. I just know it does work. Something to do with surface tension and how gases interact with their environment. I don't fucking know. I don't understand it. 2 more minutes on that, maybe less. Can't tell on timer. It just says show the number 2. Could be 1 minute and 45 seconds, but right now it just says 2. One more minute. Give another good, solid stir before we're just about done. And I'll just let it sit for the rest of the time. Oh, I didn't stop before I started beeping. That's so cringe. Okay, move the camera over here so y'all can see what the fuck I'm doing. And in she goes. Up we go. Well, that's getting much darker, much faster. Okay, that's looking just about good. We'll let that go while I set up to do the rest of this shit. We're gonna pull our raspberry puree out of the refrigerator. And we'll grab a knife so I can swirl it in there. Okay, let's get it, gamers. Oh my god, it smells so fucking good, dude. I shouldn't put that down. I'm gonna put the stir in here in the sink this time rather than bringing it with me because it was a pain in the ass before. And even though I want sweet chocolate drippings, I'm not gonna worry about it. Here we go. That's looking good. There's a lot more marshmallow cream at the bottom this time than there was before. I guess I didn't really let it go as long, so that makes sense. Let's swirl that together. And then speaking of swirl, okay, I don't super know how I want to do this. This is, again, not part of the recipe. This is something I decided to do. But here's kind of what I'm thinking. We're gonna... That's not really what I wanted. We're literally going to swirl it together.
I had two options for this. I had raspberry jam and raspberry puree. I went with raspberry puree, but I'm thinking now raspberry jam may have been a better choice because it would have been thicker. But, you know, it's too late to go back on that now. This is probably too much raspberry puree, to be honest. I won't put any more than that. I'm also dripping it everywhere. Yeah, it's really pooling on the sides there, which means we got to get it deeper into here. And just for style, we'll do little lines through here.
Okay, yeah, it didn't, I think there's probably too much. I probably used too much. The real question is whether or not it made it to like the bottom or if it's all at the top, but we'll find out when it's solidified, I guess. So I'm gonna put this in the freezer. It's steaming like a motherfucker. And then I guess I'm gonna clean up this mess real quick and then we'll pull the first batch of fudge out and give that a try. And then I probably will have to let you know on the Discord how the second one turned out because I'm not just gonna fucking stand here for half an hour while it freezes. But to be honest with you, I don't have high hopes. That didn't really turn out how I wanted. But we'll see. Maybe, you know, it freezing will solidify the puree a bit so it works out better. Probably could have kept the rest of that raspberry puree, but I've lost interest. It's everybody's favorite part of the stream. Matt cleans up, which for some reason they actually seem to like. I don't know why. My fucking ring just went down the drain. Oh, I got it. We're good. That was a very scary moment, but we're good. Probably should have taken my ring off first, but I decided to take it off in the middle, and then it slipped out of my hand and went right down the drain. Nice mixer. Thank you. It was a gift from my mommy. It's really, really nice. How are you today, Jimmy?
Doing some chores, working on some tie-dye. Nice. Sounds good, man. We just finished up putting together some raspberry swirl fudge, which is now sitting in the freezer. I don't know how that's going to turn out because I won't be able to eat it on stream, unfortunately, because it'll take too long to solidify. But we have a first batch of fudge that does not have raspberry swirl in it that I am going to try once I'm done cleaning up. Hopefully it'll have solidified enough by then. We'll see. And actually, I just realized freezing the puree stuff might not be the best idea. I might want to refrigerate it instead. Oh my god. Best followers, primes, and viewers on mountviewers.com? Bro, no fucking way. That's awesome. Thank you, Marzak. Can you ban them for me? I'm not at a keyboard. Just do /ban at. Appreciate that, but I don't know how I was gonna take care of that from here. God, I love follower bots. They're my fucking favorite. Appreciate it, dude. Okay, so thank you, Jimmy. The mic wasn't dead. The switcher decided to stop sending audio, which is my favorite situation. Okay, let's take a little. Where do I want to start here? The little corner piece is probably fine, right? The real question is how am I going to dig this out of here? Actually, take my fork. I had to be able to kind of work it out relatively well, right? Oh no, it's really solidly in there. Oh no, ooh, that looks good. That looks like fudge. It's milk chocolate fudge, so it's not as like dark as I feel like I'm used to seeing, but that looks good. That's some good looking fudge there. Let's give it a little try. That's some good shit. Perfect. That's the only word I can use to describe it. It tastes, I mean, it's fudge, you know. Fudge isn't a particularly hard recipe. So, you know, I shouldn't be too super proud of myself, but considering it's my first try, I always feel proud of myself when I can consider it the first try. You're right, the texture is perfect. It's a nice, soft, very, very good. It tastes fucking great. It's milk chocolate, so it's much sweeter than, you know, usual. But what can I say? It's perfect. It tastes great. It tastes great, feels great, looks great. Good shit. Fuck yeah. That's all I can say. Fuck yeah.
anyone who didn't see it earlier, this is the raspberry swirl fudge. I had two options earlier. I could either do raspberry puree or raspberry jam. I went with raspberry puree. I'm worried now that the raspberry puree was too thin and that raspberry jam would have been better because it would have been thicker. But we won't really know till it solidifies, and it's gonna be a long time till it solidifies. It's still really, really goopy because I just finished it. So if you're not already on the Discord, it just got blasted in chat, ironically. Join the Discord, and I will be updating later how that turned out. Hopefully it's good because I love raspberry swirl fudge and I love that to be perfect. But to be honest, I don't have high hopes. But the first fudge turned out great, which is why we did two. We did two to make sure that A, I did the first part right, and B, that if the raspberry swirl part fucked up, I still had something good to show for it. So we'll see. This has been this Captain's Kitchen of the month. If you're not following already, hit the follow button because we do Captain's Kitchen once a month. And we'll do Captain's Kitchen next month too. By the way, if you ever want to suggest a recipe or something like that, I literally like figure out what I'm going to cook like two. It appears that Switcher's just fucking with me at this point. I don't know how long I've been silent, but that's really annoying. If you want to suggest recipes, let me know because I never know what I want to cook. So just let me know what you think would be good to cook on the Discord. Check out the Discord to find out how the raspberry swirl fudge turned out. Thank you for joining me on Captain's Kitchen this month. A wonderful Captain's Kitchen. We got some delicious fudge out of it. First baking live. I guess the mochi kind of was, but not really. Then again, this wasn't really, we didn't actually bake anything. But it's semantics. Semantics. Fuck off. All right, yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys Wednesday, more Elden Ring. Saturday, a bit up in the air right now. Could be more Final Fantasy if I feel like it. Could not be more Final Fantasy if I don't feel like it. And then next Sunday will be a card opening stream, for real this time. I'm not going to skip it for Elden Ring again. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.